Recently, one of my beginner music production students requested my feedback on one of his songs, and this is what he sent me. It's not really a song, it's just a loop. Let's see what he said. Alex, here's my assignment song. I have no idea how to make this an arrangement or how to make it sound professional. I'm looking forward to your feedback. Well, instead of just telling him what to do, I'm going to show him and you exactly how I would approach fixing up this song piece by piece and turning it into the professional sounding piece of music that it deserves to be. The first issue I hear are in these chords. They're too low on the piano roll, so the notes kind of scrunch together. So what I want to do first is pull them up an octave. That's more clarity. The second thing I like to do is just take them out of their basic form so they sound less basic, and you could really do anything here. What I like to do is pull this third of each chord up an octave. I like when the third, as opposed to the fifth, is on top of the chord. I'm going to add a pedal tone on this note here. When Elenium uses this chord progression in his songs, he uses the same pedal tone a lot of the times. Nice. Now that the chords sound the way I want them to, let's now work on the instrument. We have to make this guitar sound a little bit more like it was played by hand instead of computer generated. The way I'm going to do that is add some strumming, or like a strumming effect, on the trigger of each of these chords. And you do that just by not making each pluck so perfectly exact. Let's go to each of the chords and do the same thing. I'm just going to offset the notes as if a human hand played it, because a human hand wouldn't be so perfectly on grid. So that's close enough, but we can add one more thing to this guitar to kind of cover up the computer generatedness of it. Ableton has this one effect called ample space delay. Isn't that nice? So here's the chords before we made them nice. They are post-processing. I just wanna give you something to believe in. Believe in. Believe in. That is a song. That's ready to become a song. So now that we have our main chords, we want to duplicate them and layer them. I'm going to layer them with the one and only Serum 2. Sometimes it's worth layering your main chords with a secondary set of chords. This will give you enough material to arrange your loop into a full-length song so you don't have to get stuck like my student did. We have a fresh instance of Serum. All I'm going to do is turn on filter 1. They sound pretty good together. Alright, next thing I want to do is break our master loop here into 2 smaller loops. This will help put our material into perspective. We'll move this over. Now we have our vocal hook and our drop. So next thing I want to work on is this stutter vocal here. Now this melody is okay, but there's a way more efficient and exciting way to make a stutter melody like this. First thing we have to do is unchop his notes and make them sustained vocal notes. Okay, so it's essentially the same melody. You're going to want to take an LFO style tool like Shaperbox 3, LFO tool, or Nick Romero's Kickstart. I'm going to give us a curve that kind of looks like this at a rate of 16 triggers per 1 bar. And what's cool about LFO style stutters is you could get a reverb plugin and put it before the LFO in your effects chain. And then you stuff a bunch of reverb into the sound, and the notes kind of overlap themselves. So before our editing, our vocal sounded like this. Now here's our vocal after editing. This just got awesome. All right, let's do something crazy. I want to go into this bass here. This bass works, it's just in the wrong octave. Rhythmically though, I'm just not crazy about it. I think we can get nuttier. I'm going to follow the energy of our vocal. And by that, I mean, I'm going to make our bass trigger 16th notes. That's awesome. All right, so now we have a good idea for our drop and a good idea for our verse. But they kind of just mash together. Now we can run our arrangement like this, but it's not that exciting and you're not going to end up with a very long song. We need a section of song right here that can transition out of this verse and then into this drop. And we could do that with a breakdown. The idea of a breakdown is to take your before section and kind of transition out of it. So I'm going to take these chords and then delete them when we get to the drop. And then we tease elements from the drop. In this case, I'll use the stutter melody. So notice how elements from each section overlap in our breakdown. So I'm going to go ahead and play this back now. Keep in mind off camera, I did fine tune it the slightest bit, but it is exactly what we just worked on. Nice little intro I added. So nice, I love how fast it picks up. It's like a pre-drop teaser. Pure chaos. Then I bring the chords back in. That is definitely a song my student can release and get some streams on. That's a video for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like me to coach you one-on-one so you can reach your highest potential as a music producer, check out the link at the top of my description below to work with me one-on-one. Also check out my self-paced course options in the description below. This is where you could chat with and share your music with myself as well as every student that I've ever taught. Once again, the links for those resources are at the top of the description below. Stay tuned for the next video lesson.